Welcome, baby. I am live. How are you all doing? How are you all doing? Let me get my little headphone. Please get those likes up. I have that in the chat right now. If there's any issues, actually, hold on for a second. Let me make sure. Okay. If there's any issues, make sure that you let me know. Okay. All right. So I have Guilty Angel in here. What's up? What's up? All right, I pinned that at the top. Jamar. Who else is here? Just want to go over some things that I have seen in the news. Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm waiting for more people to come on in. I don't know. I wish they would tell me how many people is in this chat on my laptop. I can't see. So hold on for a second. Okay. Oh, I have 11 people. Okay, so hopefully this is moving good. All right, so let's get started. Let's jump into some things. Uh-oh, hold on. Hold on for a second. It was a little bit overloaded. Let's talk about some things that I've seen going on in the news. Okay, so give me one quick second. Let's jump right on in. It's always more than what you see in the title. The first thing that I want to talk about now, I'm warning you now, I will be getting hyped up later. I probably won't hold my tongue because it's something that I need to say to Black women for the 100th time since I've been talking on here for over a damn decade, literally. Okay. So first, let's start off with Dr. Cheyanne Bryant. She's under fire because she says she doesn't need a license to practice, and she was calling herself doctor, and now she's claiming that the school she went to lost all her, her degree, her documentation, her transcripts, all that stuff, and she has earned the right to, I don't know if she's a therapist, a psychologist. I don't know. I just know that she's saying now that she is a life coach. And it's true, you don't have to have a degree to be a life coach. You don't. If you're good at giving advice, you can be a life coach. I have done that twice on here, and I might do it again. But like I said, you have to tell people I am not a 100% professional, and if I feel you need to be seen by someone more professional who might have to give you a diagnosis and give you medicine, okay, you know, but as long as you're honest about it. So Umar Johnson is defending her. He said that she doesn't need to be certified to be a life coach, damn it. He says Black women are jealous of her because of her success and how she looks. I think it's a mixture, honestly. You have a number of Black women who are professionals who said you just can't go around calling yourself a doctor if you don't have the credentials. That's dangerous. What if you end up, the whole ethics and everything, if you end up with someone who's mentally really unstable and something bad happens, they're going to look back at what doctor did they talk to? What did this doctor say? You have to be real careful. Okay. And you do have some people who get jealous of Black women making money. I have seen it a number of times where a person who is not Black can call themselves a coach and come out with a course, pamphlets, and their community will support them. But the minute a Black woman wants to start an online course, or, yeah, you have to pay for the information I'm giving you because it took me days and hours to gather all of this, and why can't you pay me for the work that I'm doing that's helping you? Nobody complains when it's an Asian woman, a Jewish woman, or your everyday white American woman or Indian woman. But every time a Black woman has some sort of knowledge and we want to get paid for the work we do, all of a sudden it's, well, why do you have to charge? We're Black. You should just give it to me for free. Meanwhile, when you see videos, it's not like the information, oh, you just got it. I have videos that I have literally worked on for half a fucking day. and you see it and it's just a 2 hour clip or 1 hour, having a slow computer, having to edit, having to make sure that my music or video clips can be approved, and then having to mute stuff, having to edit, having to gather information, doing other shit, and it might take 12 hours to get one video finally uploaded, and then it might upload too long on YouTube. In some cases in the past, it still didn't get monetized or pushed, and no one saw what I worked on for 12 hours. But people don't know that, and they just, and at the end of the day, you choose to come up on here and talk. You know what I'm saying? It's a choice, but people don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I just uploaded a video I worked on. I couldn't even get it monetized because, oh, I used a video clip about from a movie. You go through that with copyright issues, and then you have to go through if they'll approve it or not. And then some cases they don't, and everything you worked on is like you're not even going to get anything for it. Those are the things behind the scenes, you know. Hello, Teta. So I understand the frustration where when I've seen women, black women in this space who want to charge for a course, some people get mad about it. Like, how can you want to get paid for the information you worked on to gather for us to have? But yet when it's another race of woman, nobody bothers them and they get paid. Now, I have seen a shift a little bit. There's one woman I follow on TikTok. She was just posting recipes. Y'all know, look, I have a whole cooking channel, but I'm so busy. It's so sad. I barely even got to post on there. And I need a camera person. I need some help with some of that. But anyway, she was posting, started on TikTok, ended up having her courses and all this other stuff she did to download the recipes. She makes $3 million a year now. Black woman. I love to see it. Okay? And there are black women who will support you. You know who you are. I'm not saying that there aren't any, but there is a segment of black women who get upset when you charge for stuff or you become very successful. And yeah, there are some women who get mad when you are attractive and they want to attack you because they got an issue with you being better looking than them. I know this from personal experience up on here. And I don't care how conceited that sounds. It's just the truth. That does happen. Okay. I ain't gonna say too much. I'm not saying it's everyone, but I've experienced more than one people where they don't want you in the group or the space because of how you look and all types of other stuff. I ain't even gonna get into it. But you know what? Um, I think it's a mixture. I think it's a mixture. I had showed that somebody said they reported her because they felt like, well, how are you? She said she's making all this money now. And they're like, oh no, you ain't about to finesse Cheyanne Bryant and make all this money. Like I said, she's not calling herself doctor no more. She's saying she's a life coach. So as long as she says she's a life coach and people still want to, I guess she has a website or something and book a session with her, I don't see the problem. But it is a problem if she keeps calling herself a doctor and she has no proof of being a doctor, but she's saying, well, I did the courses, I am a damn doctor. I'm just thinking, okay, are you prescribing medications for people who contact you? Like, what's going on? I don't know all the information. And people are like, look, Dr. Umar Johnson, he finessed. He said he was building that school damn near 14 years ago or something. That school for black children. And he got thousands of dollars in donations and he has not built that school. So they're like, of course he's defending her because he's about the hustle too. I'm not against black people making their damn money because we're at the bottom when it comes to money. My thing is just don't it's nothing wrong if you're being honest with people and you're actually helping them. You're not trying to hurt them and give them bad advice to hurt them. You're not trying to just treat them bad and use them. You actually do care about what you're doing and talking about. So, um, let's see. As crazy as it sounds, I honestly don't think that I want my future children to go to a predominantly black school, let alone all black. They will be biracial as I only go for non-black men. I would want my kids to go to a diverse school because I went to a diverse school. I don't want them. living in delusion about the world. There are different races of people, there are different religions, there are different people with different sexualities. And I don't want them closed off from the reality of America. America is, I don't like segregation. Some people do. I didn't grow up that way. And it's, that's just me. I don't like that. Not only that, but a lot of times I notice that black people who talk about these all black schools, they never say what their curriculum will be. What is the curriculum going to be, Dr. Umar Johnson, that black boys especially can compete with other races of men in America? What are they going to learn that is going to benefit them, or when they leave, they can still get into a college, which is usually not black? What are they going to know and learn so that they can compete? Are they going to be clueless about history? They only know black history, they know nothing else. Do they know, are they going to be taught good science and math? Will they know how to compete? Will they have workshops, how to build, how to, even with women? I know y'all might get mad at me, but look, when I was in school, I took a cooking class, even though your mom usually will teach you, but still, home ed, all that other stuff, and shop and stuff like that. All of that. So, you know, I mean, Umar Johnson does have some views I believe in, some I've said. Some of them do take the talking points of us in this space, but we don't get the credit because we're women or we interracially date. So, okay. So we shall see. I highly doubt that she's losing clients over this. I think she probably is still getting clients. Now let me go in real quick on something because I just have to.
I seen this post on Threads of a white woman basically teaching other women how to bag a black football player, and everything stood out to me, just to throw that in. But something in particular that she said is about white women negging black women. And she basically said, whenever you're around him, you have to pick at or keep picking on black women to activate the Shanae in her so that he can see that the white women are a better option, that she's a better option, and he don't want to go near black women because he's always going to be attracted. Okay, he's always going to be attracted to her, but it's your job to neg black women. And it just makes me realize that even at corporate jobs, like, it don't matter where you go, whether it's a woman trying to date a football player at these corporate jobs, in these social groups, a lot of white women have this mindset where it's like, when you see a black woman, like, try to make her feel insecure, try to trigger her, try to, like, you have to bring that out of her, because I don't fucking know why. Like, I don't know. But I can say, even in my own life, I've been at different jobs where white women are actively trying to get a reaction out of me. Like, white women are actively saying things, doing things, and even mocking, the stereotypical black woman just to get this reaction out of me. And it's like, y'all are really miserable. I seen this post on Threads of a white.
I have to admit, we have different experiences. Where I have worked, white women did not bother me. If anything, they would compliment me on average. More white women are nice to me than other women of color have been. I've had two women who are African, because it's this whole FBA versus African thing going on. And I'm starting to notice the African women is being real kind of nasty right now. I don't know. I've had women from India. My most unfriendly interactions with women have been black women, Hispanic women, a splash of Asian, and now African. It's not white women bothering me or hounding me down or trying to get at me. That doesn't happen often to me. That everything can be different. When I worked where I was working somewhere corporate, them black women gave me hell and was trying to fuck with me daily, and they did. We had to go back to we went excuse me, I get emotional. We went back and forth with HR repeatedly. until they broke the group up because them bitches would not leave me the fuck alone and making assumptions, saying all types of stuff bothering me. And then I went on another job with a white woman and the Hispanic woman kept fucking with me. So I've had it all, but this whole white woman and white man boogeyman that's always out to get you, that's not accurate all the time. But I can't say that didn't happen to her. It's different for everyone's experience is different. I'm not going to say there aren't any white women who don't do stuff. Like, yeah, the I'll give you an example. I had on I was at a store and it's obvious it was a wig. And the white woman said, "Oh, I like your hair." And I'm thinking, you know fucking well this is a wig, just like me, because it's not a quality one, I have to be honest. Like, are you trying to be funny? Because there's a black man who just made a post that some of them are doing that. Like, honey, you don't even know what my real hair texture look like, but you know this. Just like, but then again, when I was growing up, when black girls used to get box braids, they used to think that was their hair. I'm talking about box braids near their ass. I'm like, you just saw her with short hair yesterday. Now she has box braids to her ass, and you believe that's her real hair? Like, are you for? That's why I don't know what to think on that. I don't know. Like, come on now. So some do. Some of that does happen, but where I was working the corporate place, it felt a little segregated to me. So the white women didn't always talk to black women. I did notice that they would stare at us like what we were wearing to critique because some of them didn't follow the dress code, but I would notice they would like study how they were dressing. I don't know if it was to make fun of them or to just look. um there was one white woman who was very racist around. I could tell it. I can tell. She kept saying, "Hey, sisters," to the white girls while I'm sitting there, to the white girls, and she would not interact with any black women at all. She wanted to be them to be a part of her group. She was older than them, and I could tell she don't fuck with black women. I've been around racism enough, believe it or not, where I can pick up on certain stuff. Um, and then you meet other black women who are racist too, who don't want to mess with a white woman. I don't have time for any of that mental illness crap. I'm not a racist. I can be friends with anybody. So, you know, are there some who will pick on you to make you look like a Shanae who want to bring that out of you? I think so. I think that we're not given grace as black women. Like, if we catch an attitude and I rightfully have a reason to have an attitude, there will be people who will think, "Oh, look at that black bitch. Them black bitches got all the fucking attitude," just like they say. I know they'd be thinking that because I caught an attitude today because I was on a time limit and the machine would not ring up my card. She had to do something to fix the whole thing, and my facial expression. I wasn't mad at her. I was mad at the shit that was happening. But in my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, I know you're probably thinking, "Oh, look, those black bitches, just like they say they have these stank motherfucking attitudes." I'm like, if you want to think that and I'm not allowed to have a bad day, then whatever, whatever, okay? I don't have to walk on eggshells to prove to nobody that I'm a nice person. I have my bad days just like everybody else. Unfortunately, we have the worst stereotypes. So anytime you do start, because yeah, those the faces I kind of made, not to her, just to myself. Like, literally, I'm on a time limit. You know, it wasn't a good day, and people think that they think, "Oh, there go them women." You know, unfortunately, I know that to be true. So, so I heard about white women again allegedly saying how to bag a black man NFL player. And like I said, I don't care what they do because black women have a very hard time understanding that men choose. Men pick the woman. Stop making them look like fucking infants. Black women, you make black men, I mean, some of them are slow, but not all of them, no offense. But you make them look slow. You make it look like he's incapable of making a fucking decision about who he wants to marry and make children with. All men know that they can make a baby from their sperm. All men know that they choose to let a woman Have his phone number and get to know him, and something will happen. You do choose who you allow to entertain. When I hear people say you don't pick who you love, no, when you give your phone number to somebody, you are making a choice to allow them in your life to get to know you and for a relationship to happen, for love to even take place. If you don't want to date anybody from a different race, you would never give them your phone number to even have the opportunity to catch feelings for you and talk on the phone. So miss me with that bullshit. When I've dated interracially, I knew he wasn't fucking black, and I knew what might happen if we talk. So that whole you don't have control as black men, get the fuck out of here, because you could have denied giving your phone number out to other groups of women. Don't play these games with me. So let me get more into what I want to say. And I can't stand it when black men and white women are together and I make eye contact with them and they start to stiff up and get like, I don't even care. Damn. I don't even care. I don't even want their man half the time. Why do you think everybody? And I understand they see it on the internet. Black women always talking about it, dissing them, and they going back and forth. So you think we all hate you and care. That's not true all the time. You know? Okay, Brian I. Allen. I don't think he's ever dated a black woman that I know of. He's very wealthy. He's like a billionaire. He's a billionaire. Now, as far as I know, the richest black men in America, there might be 3 or 4 of them. I know 2 of them have a black wife, and him and Richard Smith or something has a white wife. Okay, so, all right, it says online debate sparks Brian Allen's marriage after some black women say they don't feel chosen by powerful black men they support. I'm like, don't y'all talk about this every year for like 20 years? Why the fuck do y'all keep having the same conversation repeatedly about it? It's almost like you're in denial that most wealthy black men are not picking black women. And if they do pick a black woman, she usually is half white or half Asian. They don't have black mamas, a number of them. Or if they do date black women, some of them practice the hierarchy within the black race. But anyway, y'all keep going on about it. Jamie Foxx, these beautiful black women had a whole podcast on TikTok about him choosing a 3rd white woman as his baby mama. First of all, I don't think that man is fully straight. And secondly, do you know how that makes us look? Do you know how it makes you? Do you see black men having podcasts constantly about who we date? They talk shit. But when you dedicate whole podcasts and showing the whole public already see they not choosing you, which makes us look bad, like the unchosen women. Then you have to make podcasts to shame them, which seems racist, to be honest, slightly, about who they choose to be with. If a group of white women had podcasts every time a white man chose a black woman to shame that man and why the fuck did he choose you, it would be outrage all over the fucking place. But I know it's not the same dynamic. I understand, and I understand. I've talked about some things in the past. I'm over it. I never only preferred black men anyway, but a lot of you do. You don't understand the game. You don't understand the game. When you do this, it flips and he becomes the prize and you are the beggar. That's how the world sees it. Every time he leaves, y'all are whining and publicly crying all over social media. People already talk shit about dating black women and being the unchosen. Now, on top of that, your men are fucking dropping you like flies. And then you keep making podcasts about why he didn't choose me. Why he didn't choose me. Do you know how that makes black women look? You ain't winning the game, baby. You ain't winning the game. You losing. You fucking us up. Y'all fucking us up and you don't even know it. Stay silent about it. But then anytime we date a man not black, it's podcast too. Just shut the fuck up. Celebrate it. Say, I'm happy for her. And I want these dumbass black men to stop coming on the videos. Well, why is it when we date our race, it's the big deal? Because, bitch, you took your ass on the internet over 20 years ago and threw it in black women's faces every time you chose a woman not black, ridiculed black women, bullied black women, shamed black women, picked on black women. It ain't the same, bitch, and it never was and it never will be. Play with somebody else. I've been up on here too long for you to try that shit with me. You publicly berated black women, put black women down, put racist non-black women on your podcast to laugh at not being chosen. I don't forget shit. It ain't the same. Okay? My thing is with black women, a lot of wealthy black men are not choosing black women. This has been the case for damn near over a decade. At what point are you going to get over it and accept this truth? They don't want you. I know it stings. I know you're thinking, but I look good. It don't matter. You're black. They're prejudiced. They're prejudiced, a number of them. They could have chose black women with dreadlocks or locks and natural hair. They don't want them, they asses either. They don't want any of y'all asses, no matter how you wear your hair, naturals and non-naturals, educated nerd women and classy educated black women and the hood rats. The pro-black women and the interracial swirlers, they don't want any of you. Get that through your fucking head. So stop coming for black women who interracially date, because guess what? They don't want your motherfucking ass either on average. And they'll do anything. They're never going to tell the public the truth. A number of them, I'm going to take it there, they don't want no nappy-headed children. A number of them. No, they don't want no nappy-headed children. They don't like nappy-ass hair. A lot of them. And anyone, I could say that because I have looser hair, and I know how a number of them are. Get mad if you want to. I'm telling you the fucking truth. And y'all know it. Y'all was whining and complaining in the early 2000s with them video vixens, how they was discriminated against you. Before they even jumped to white women like you're seeing today, they was practicing racism in the black race. So please with it. Please with the bullshit. A number of them are prejudiced, but no one wants to call it that. You can, like I said, there are plenty of black women who will be perfect for some of them, and they're not choosing them. And then they can say, well, they got attitudes, they don't cook, they got multiple kids. There's a lot of black women who don't, and they still don't go out their way to pick them. Men choose. Get that through your fucking head. Men choose. Black men know. They read them comments when y'all be crying over them. They know you have a marriage crisis. They don't give a fuck. Y'all let's just keep it real. You keep seeing these black sports players picking these basic motherfucking women not black. If they were black, they wouldn't get chose. Hair, no makeup, not doing shit. They know it will get a reaction from y'all. That's why they do it, to become relevant. And half the time, those dudes are not even attractive. They keep throwing that shit in your face because they like it. They like your energy from it. They like you crying about it. They like to feel special and wanted. So let my irrelevant ass go pop up with some white women in a Jeep and get talked about on social media so they can talk about me and these black bitches can pay. It's funny how y'all like to fuck black women when you ain't got shit. Fucking suck and all that with black women. Then the minute your bitch ass gets some money, you abandon your fucking women. That's why y'all motherfucking asses is going to continue to be on the goddamn lowest pole socially in America. Don't get fooled by these NFL players. Black men are at the fucking bottom of every statistics, and you will remain a fucking cursed group of men for your goddamn treachery, bitch. And I'm not saying that you have to all be with black women, but the fact how y'all berate and ridicule black women when you date other races of women, I ain't never seen nothing like it. And God is going to handle y'all motherfuckers. You're going to continue to be at the fucking bottom of society. You don't love your women. You don't love your fucking children. You don't love black children. You don't love your so-called community. And nothing black women do is ever good enough. because you don't like black women. That's why you treat them like shit. That's why you kill them more than any race of woman in all America. Men who like their women and who are satisfied with their women, and I'll take it there, who actually like how their women fucking look. They don't act like that. Do you see Ethiopian men dogging out Ethiopian women? No, because they're considered the most beautiful women in the whole fucking world. That's why you don't see that. You care about what other groups of people say about black women. That's why you treat your women like shit, because y'all don't like how your women look. A good portion of you. That's the real issue. Even though we all look diverse and now we got all these mixtures even more heavy, it still doesn't change what the fuck I just said. That's why you'll take your ass to a slum in the fucking Colombia or the Dominican Republic to do your damn SMEX. What the hell that thing is? SMEX, damn passport bros. They don't go to Africa. There's a reason for that. I mean, they'll go maybe to Ethiopia, South Africa. They ain't going to the blackest parts where that shit, the blackness get real. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. I hope y'all fucking die off. You've done nothing to build the race. You're a fucking waste of blackness, half of y'all. And you're at the bottom because of how sick y'all are. And I ain't blaming no white people for this shit, because this shit goes way back before y'all were even enslaved. Please. Black women should be running from black men. It should be the opposite. It should actually be the fucking opposite. They killing you the most. They treat you like a fucking racist with their fucking hierarchies the most. They don't marry you the most. They don't want to provide for you the most. They call you a hoe, a thought, a 304 the most. They make a whole industry off of making you look like a fucking hoe the most. They let other races of men and women disrespect the fuck out of you with no consequences the most. They give you HIV the most. Every other fucking STD the most. Damn, I really think you should have been the one running away from them, but for some weird reason you keep begging for their love. Like a fucking Stockholm Syndrome person. The only thing you can say is that he can give you a black baby. What else you got on average? What's going on with Mr. Universe? Is he cursing me out? I know I'll be riling him up. He's been very sweet to me. I don't have an issue with Mr. Universe. But damn it. And I don't go off like this. I try not to. I used to in the past, but I learned it don't matter. Black women still curse me out too, and they just won't stop. It don't even matter. We just talking to air. It don't matter on average what we say. And when I say this, I'm not telling you you can't date black men. There are others who will tell you to drop them all. I feel like you don't have to, but you can date other groups of men. I'm not going to be on the nutsack of any man just because he's black. I will not be kissing your ass, baby. And I'm not calling you a king unless you my motherfucking man. That shit got to be earned. You ain't earned my respect as a collective. It ain't happening. That's why y'all hate women like me, some of you out there. They never refute what I say as being a lie. Shit. Point is, please stop begging. Just stop begging for their love. And when you stop begging like a fucking slave to them, they might get some sense and realize that they should be chasing you and that you are the prize. And you know, they talk all that shit when they date other races of women, but the minute some black women say, bitch, we will literally not give birth to you motherfuckers no matter what we got to do, then they get into a panic because they know you could do it. Who gonna make them black sons of yours and them sports players? You better go depend on the other groups of women. And then half of them are racist to light-skinned black men and mixed men who are gorgeous. But yet they keep making them with other races of women. And some of them sons is fine as shit. But it's pretty weird to me how you can hate light-skinned and mixed men. But yet you promote always not reproducing with black women. You fucking weird sick freak. whatever, get some fucking help. But your biracial sons are gorgeous. A number of them are. So I don't know quite what to say on that. Okay. Shit, bring it on. Shit. All y'all got is some fucking hair weave. What else you got, bitch? Last time I check, a wig can come off. Come on. All right, black women, I beg of you to stop. I like biracial men. I just don't like them if they're like their daddy. If their black daddy had mental issues, or his daddy hated black women and has all these fucked up just mental issues. If he's like his daddy, then it's gonna be a problem. And speaking of this, black women think that you need to start arranging for your kids to be together. Other cultures do it, but I don't see arranged marriage working in black America. I mean, black men are already killing y'all. Imagine being forced to have to marry a black woman he don't want. I don't see it working out. Modern dating is so bad that black friends should start matching their kids together, says a social media user. She says, I think it's time for black friends to stop raising their children as cousins. The dating pool is trash. We need to start arranging their marriages. I know how you raised yours. You know how I raised mine. Let's make this happen. I'm not 100% against it, but just because you can't make the boy catch feelings for the girl, you can't make the girl catch feelings for him. Feelings might not develop between them, even though they know each other. It has to be done correctly. But then again, in a lot of cultures, they don't even have feelings for each other. They just throw them together and it's a disaster half the time. Some say love will come later. I think that you need to, if I were to agree to arrange marriages, it would have to be the best black men for the girls to choose from. Employed, a career, education, good hygiene, will commit. It can't just be, oh, well, you're my friend and both our kids know each other. No, I still need my daughter to have the best picking. But I understand there have been more of a talk of arranged marriages. The problem is over 50% of black men can't keep their dick in their pants. So go ahead and get married. He's going to cheat on your ass repeatedly. I don't know any black men that's ever been faithful in my entire fucking life. Not one. They're not a faithful group of men. They make outside babies and they bring back shit to you. A number of them. Good luck on it. I mean, I'm not 100% against it. I don't know. It could happen in the future. You never know. You never know. Okay. Now let me show you something that disturbed the hell out of me and makes me scared.
A shocking death in Midtown Manhattan late Monday night. 56-year-old Donikai Gochai fell into an uncovered manhole managed by Con Edison, the energy company that serves New York City. According to the NYPD, Gochai opened the door of her Mercedes-Benz SUV and after stepping out of the driver's seat, plunged into the 10-foot hole.
She was screaming she was dying. She kept saying over and over, I'm dying, I'm dying.
Carlton Wood says he saw her disappear into the hole.
People started running towards us, and one guy actually tried to go down in the hole and help her. He just couldn't reach her, and we actually had to help him back out. Some people had ran to their cars trying to get whatever they had. Somebody had a short ladder, but that wasn't enough.
When first responders arrived, they say they found her unconscious inside. When they pulled her out, she was transported to a nearby hospital where she was pronounced dead. A spokesperson for Con Edison said in a statement, "We have reviewed the video footage from the area which suggests that the cover was dislodged after a multi-axle truck turning onto 52nd Street from 5th Avenue drove over it. Approximately 12 minutes later, the person involved in the incident parked her car nearby."
Here in New York City tonight, the horrific and deadly scene in Midtown Manhattan. A woman opening her car door and falling, disappearing down an open manhole, falling several feet below into intense heat. Witnesses could hear her screaming, "I'm dying." How this happened, and here's our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky now.
Tonight, the horrific scene in Midtown Manhattan where a 56-year-old mother and grandmother fell to her death through an uncovered manhole. Donna K. Gosage parked her Mercedes SUV in front of Cartier and atop the open manhole, stepping from the car and dropping 10 feet.
As soon as she stepped out, it's like she took one step forward and just disappeared.
The medical examiner's office is still investigating the woman's death, but police said when she fell through the hole, she went into cardiac arrest from the intense steam heat. Witnesses describing her cries for help.
She was screaming, "I'm dying." That's what I kept hearing her screaming over and over, "I'm dying."
Tonight, the utility responsible for the manhole says the cover was dislodged after a multi-axle truck turning onto 52nd Street from 5th Avenue drove over it. 12 minutes later, the suburban grandmother parked in that spot. Con Edison said while this is a rare occurrence, manhole covers can get displaced by heavy vehicles. Our thoughts remain with her family, and safety remains our top priority. The mayor's office is promising a full investigation tonight, David, but so far police believe this was a tragic accident and something every New York City pedestrian fears. David?
It is just horrific. Aaron Katersky, thank you.
Tonight, it's a tragic mishap in Midtown Manhattan. A woman walking right into an open manhole on 5th Avenue.
I saw this lady get out of her black SUV, and I saw her get out, close the door, and she took a step forward, and it was like she vanished.
It all unfolded last night. Carlton Wood was headed to work at a nearby hotel and immediately checked on the victim, now identified.
This is absolutely horrible and terrifying. Do you know how scary that is? Because that's all over the city. I mean, the holes. And they said that the steam was so hot that it caused her to have a heart attack. Imagine how hot that it had to be. My God. Just walking and fell right in. Over 10 feet. Just fell right in. Didn't know. I feel like her family probably and more than likely and should sue the damn city for millions of dollars. That will not take the pain away. That will not fix this, but I would do that if I was the family. Somebody has to pay. Why wasn't there some sort of warning from the construction people? Manhole, don't step here. Nothing. Just walking. Now everybody's going to be on edge when they're walking if they're going to fall into the hole. You don't know if it's loose or not. The sewer looking thing. Okay? This is horrible. Horrible. So I'm looking in the chat. I know that I went off. That ain't nothing compared to how I really can get. Y'all know. I had to. I had to say what had to be said, damn it, because I had to do it. I had to do it. I had to do it. Speaking of certain stuff, rest in peace to her. She did not get justice. I covered this story before. She was raped by her father. Her father gave her alcohol. She didn't live with him. She went to visit, to stay with him. He gave her alcohol. She was a virgin. He raped her for 2 to 3 hours. She was bleeding, limping, and had injuries. And her father did it. She ended up taking her life because of that, what her father did to her, raping her for 3 hours. Okay? They're only giving him 3 years in prison. He confessed that he raped his daughter for 3 hours. And she took her life. And the court system decided to only give this motherfucker 3 years. The daughter gone. She ain't never coming back. You did that to her, injured her, have her bleeding, fuck her up in the head, having something like this happen. And the court system thought, I'll just give him 3 years for it. You see why our system is a joke. You see why I will continue to demand and support the death penalty. I will continue to be an advocate for the executions. can't say certain words. I will continue to believe in the death penalty forever when I see stuff like this. When I see stuff like this, I will continue to advocate for the death penalty because his ass should be wiped out. She ain't here. He raped her. He violated her, his own daughter. 3 years. That's where we live. This is why I say we're not loved as women or little girls. We're not valued and we're not loved. How more apparent can it be? But yet they keep telling us to keep making babies and keep the birth rate going up. I need you to make babies and make the birth rate go up. For what? So you can treat my daughters like shit once they get raped and give a mother effer 3 years? Please. Disgusting. Something else why I will continue to support the death penalty. This happened in Ghana. This man is a police inspector. He raped his 14-year-old daughter, but guess what? He also gave his daughter HIV. He knew he was positive and raped his damn daughter and gave it to her. Give the damn death penalty globally. Give the death penalty globally. There is no reason on earth why this man should be alive. No reason on earth why he should be alive. Okay? So yeah, all the people saying the death penalty is so wrong. It's not of God. What about her? No. Some evil entities got to go. Evil entities on the earth got to go. Okay? Now, I heard about this, speaking of health and everything. I actually supported this, findablackdoctor.com, because a lot of Black people want to support Black doctors. A lot of Black doctors go through discrimination. Some people, with the things we see happening to Black women giving birth, and Black people do have a fear because of the Tuskegee experiment. You know what happened. Some believe there's a conspiracy against us, these sicknesses and stuff. Sometimes it's not, and sometimes it could be. So they started findablackdoctor.com if you want to find a Black doctor to support and go to who lives near you. They are being sued now by a conservative group because they're saying that this is discrimination against physicians based on race. Somewhat it is and somewhat it's not, but where do Black people go in America as an ethnic group in America to find a Black doctor if they feel unsafe? That's why it's created. Not only that, but Black doctors need support. I've heard a number of horror stories of Black people in the medical field experiencing racism a lot. So I just want to let you know they're trying to take them down. Speaking of men, in India, a woman said even if the wife is Aishwarya Rai, men still are not satisfied. They're protesting. They're tired of the BS. This is women globally, because I know I had said, well, Black men. I don't know. When I said what I said about Black men, I'm not saying that to be funny or to put them down. I literally don't know any Black men in all of my years of living that has been faithful to a woman. None of them. I don't know any. And I see it promoted as the culture constantly as well. So don't get mad at me. But we know this is not just Black. It's a global thing. They're upset. They're protesting about it over in India. She said, damn it, even if the woman looks like Aishwarya Rai, who is the biggest Indian superstar in India, was called the most beautiful woman by People or Time a few years ago, representing for Indian women. They're like, she can look like her, and they're still not satisfied. They're still not satisfied. They're still, now she did, they tore her apart, baby. I'm all over the place on social media. I watch a few Bollywood films, and the way some of them go in on Aishwarya, You would be shocked at how they go in on her because she speaks so well. She's very educated. She married a very established man in the industry, in her eyes and looking so beautiful. Ooh, they hate on her. A lot of her people, I'm telling you. A lot of them. And some of them love a lot of them love her too. She is very big, like Angelina Jolie. And she said no. Even if we look like her, we still getting dogged out by our men because a lot of men are not satisfied. You can cook, make love to them in all the ways that they want and do it so good. And they still complain. It's just never enough. Men want it all. A lot of men, they just want it all. They want it all. That's why they don't initiate divorce most of the time. Because they're like, why would I get divorced if she's still cooking and cleaning and I get her coochie and she's sucking it? I mean, why would I leave her if I still get this and I have a mistress? Pretty great deal. You know? Pretty great deal. So yeah, you can look like Aishwarya and they still complaining, still cheating. All right, let me give you a little bit of something good. If you're looking for a deal when you go out to eat at Applebee's, you can get 2 for $25, the entrees. Applebee's fell off years ago. I haven't been there in years. I'm willing to try them. Red Lobster, the new CEO reportedly revamped Red Lobster. They have endless shrimp, from what I hear. Even though I heard they were not bringing that back, apparently, maybe they do. Let's see, maybe they did. It says, enjoy endless shrimp with some rice. No, I don't have my glasses on with your side choice. Okay. At Chili's, you get 3 for me for $10.99. Okay, you get a beverage, an appetizer, and an entree for just $10.99, but you have to eat inside of there. You have to dine in to get this deal. That is a deal. $10.99. Olive Garden, buy one, take one. Buy one entree, you get another one. Okay, at $14.99. Dine in only. Buffalo Wild Wings, all you can eat on the app. Let's see. From $9.99, available any day. Dine in only. And Red Robin, the Big Yum, one entree, a side, a beverage, and it starts at $9.99. So so far on this list, I probably would go to either Chili's or Olive Garden, maybe Red Lobster. I think I would go with Chili's first. I mean, 3. Look, for $10.99, probably go there. Okay, so look, there's just one last story I want to show you. This guy is 29 years old from Florida. It's always Florida, a lot. He was arrested because he used the weapon on his grandmother 11 times because she asked him, could you help bring the groceries in the house? And he said, somebody's going to not live today. That's what happened. It says a 29-year-old Florida man is behind bars. He brutally stabbed his grandmother 11 times on Mother's Day because she needed help bringing in the groceries to the house. Okay, Keo Nottage Jr., he snapped after his cousin asked him to help the grandma on Mother's Day to bring in the groceries. He became enraged. An argument happened, and he said somebody's not going to live before he grabbed a kitchen knife and went in on his grandma. It says that the cousin stepped outside to call someone to calm the situation down. He heard screams, came inside, and found his grandma on the floor. He chased his cousin out of the home while waving the knife and making threats. What? It says that he was arrested and charged for attempted murder. His grandma was rushed to the hospital in critical condition where she underwent surgery and she's fighting for her life. All of this on Mother's Day because she simply wanted him to help bring in groceries. I'm showing this because there has been an increase of this, of the men, usually black, some not, but usually throwing fits when they're told to help pay a bill or get out the house. He was asked, can you please help with the groceries, and he said, somebody gonna go, and grabbed the weapon and stabbed his grandma 11 times. This just shows you, though, when you have a man, look, men have testosterone, men have tempers. They go off more than women. We get mad as women too. We get annoyed. It's more intense with a lot of men because they don't often express their emotions, so it's bottled up. And if he never had to do anything, they get angry. Like, how can you ask me to help bring in groceries? How could you ask me to help bring, like, who are you? Okay, so you already know he don't got a job. He doesn't help pay any type of bills at all. And this is what happens a lot if you raise your son in the house and he doesn't pay any type of bills. The minute you ask him, you got to get out, a number of them will snap. I have seen this a number of times this year. So, look, I am here says the women are putting them out and even moving away. Yeah, in some cases, you can't even tell them you're leaving. If you suspect that your son or grandson or cousin is dangerous, you can't tell him. You have to literally just pack up stuff slowly and have the U-Haul come and get some security if you feel something might happen. So that's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, oh my goodness, that's basically it, y'all. I know some people gonna be mad at Cerebral for what I said about black men. You will only be upset if you know I'm telling the truth and that shit hurts you because you know it's true, or you know that it's true. You know it's true and you are upset. I don't want to hear shit about fixing shit and healing. Don't bring that to me. I said what I said. I'm not talking about every black man. I'm talking about the segment that does and thinks like what I said. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Okay? So, look, that is it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Hit the bell. Hit the bell. I was looking in the chat. Please like, share, and subscribe. I say hit the bell because you won't know when I'm live and when I'm uploading if you don't do that. So you all take care. Thank you, everybody. Bye, y'all. Bye.